ESPN suspended anchor Keith Olbermann for the remainder of the week after a Twitter feud with the Penn State students and their supporters. The incident started with Olbermann responding to a tweet from a Penn State student that read, quote, "We are," with then a link to an article about the $13 million they'd raised to fight pediatric cancer. So Olbermann tweeted the reply to that one, "Pitiful," meaning we are pitiful. He continued then with the back and forth and the insults with several Penn State supporters. Olbermann was then suspended for the rest of the week. He has since apologized.
Now, this comes on the heels of another apology. Juliana Rancic, a host on the show Fashion Police, made fun of singer Zendaya's locks during an Oscars red carpet show. Rancic said, quote, "I feel like she smells like patchouli oil and weed." She later apologized, and Zendaya accepted her apology. Well, these controversial comments are the subject of tonight's Fox 5 Unfiltered segment. Can members of the media go too far? And if they do, should they be punished or even fired?
Joining the conversation tonight, Mark Levine, constitutional law attorney and talk radio host of The Mark Levine Show, and Sarah Fraser, radio host and the host of STL at 107.3 in the morning, and also a regular on Good Day DC. You guys, thanks so much, both you guys, for being here.
Sure, glad to be here.
Let's start with the Keith Olbermann incident. We know he is known for being outspoken. He's actually paid to give his opinion, and it's widely known that he had this beef with Penn State following the Jerry Sandusky incident. Did he go too far in this case, and did the network do the right thing in suspending him because he was tweeting back and forth with these Penn State students? Let's start with you.
I think he did go too far, actually. I think, look, when you're going to critique something, you should attack up. Don't attack down. You want to attack the President of the United States, you can say pretty much anything you want. But attacking the students of Penn State, it's not their fault what happened to Jerry Sandusky.
And that was years ago.
You know, true, but even if you want to attack the administration of Penn State, that seems fair game. But attacking the students, it's just kind of childish. I don't think he should be removed from the show, but a brief suspension seems appropriate to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I was actually surprised they suspended him because, I mean, we all know Keith Olbermann. What do you expect?
That's what you, right.
That's my whole thing with this. And I think Juliana Rancic did the right thing. She apologized. But she's on a show, Fashion Police, that's known for mocking and making fun. And then she goes back and she does duty on a show that's E! News, where she's supposed to report the news, right? So I think there's this double standard. And I actually think we're in the business, and you guys are too.
Us too.
In radio, they want you to be salacious, but they don't want to back you when you cross the line. And that's the problem.
Yeah, this is the heart of the issue here. Because let me just say this about Keith Olbermann. I think he went too far in that he rants about Penn State all the time. He was heavy into them, during the Sandusky thing and all of that.
It's fair. Frankly, Penn State did some awful things with Jerry Sandusky.
But it was kind of weird. I read some of the tweets. He seemed irritable to me for some reason. Now, some people say he always seems irritable, but he kind of skipped right over the pediatric cancer thing, which was a good thing, and jumped into the old Penn State fight. So it was a little inappropriate, badly timed, I thought. But you hit on the exact right thing where, for those of you who don't know, you watch TV, you listen to the radio now, you notice people are speaking out about all kinds of stuff, and many of us are encouraged to do that now. It's part of this new trend in television.
So then, to be funny, Joan Rivers obviously made a whole career out of insulting people on the red carpet.
But is there a difference,
there's
though,
a line.
because she's a comedian, and Juliana, in that case, she's not the comedian. She's like the host of the show.
I think Juliana is in a really tough position because she does both the news and this sort of Fashion Police, which is the comedian thing, and I think that's the problem. We all know, if Joan had said this a year ago when she was alive,
nobody would have said
I don't even think you would have had an apology.
That's right.
You know?
I think Juliana was in a tough position, but I think she handled it well. I saw her apology. It seemed heartfelt to me. Zendaya has accepted the apology in a very classy way, so I think that kind of mitigates that whole thing. I also thought that Juliana's joke comment spoke more to the hippiness, the hippie look.
Did you really?
I did.
See, I don't know. I don't want to get into the minutia of it all. It made me cringe because I didn't see it that way, because just a few weeks earlier, they were talking about Kylie Jenner, who is white, having locks, and how they were edgy. But when you see, an African American or black woman, they were
Yeah,
smell like
that's
weed
a
and
little...
patchouli, and that's a whole nother thing.
Definitely made me cringe. I'd say this, though. As talk radio hosts, we get a lot of angry tweets. I'm sure I do. I'm sure you do, too.
I do. Well, Mark, I'm getting ready to check my Twitter.
So here's the thing. If people approach me respectfully and say, you know what, I disagree with you, I have these great conversations with people with whom I strongly disagree. We have wonderful... But when someone comes and just insults me, I probably have insulted them back sometimes.
Really?
And now I'm wondering if...
do you insult them back in person, or are you talking about on social media? And so that brings up another good point. You know, we're out here and we are on social media and we are asked to tweet back and forth with people. We get nasty tweets sometimes.
Right, sure.
And there are sometimes where I wish I was Samuel L. Jackson, who says whatever he wants and he responds, and it's hard not to. But what about the folks who do respond? I mean, should we, say someone says, you look horrible and you look ugly today, and I'm like, no, you look horrible and ugly back. Should I then be suspended or reprimanded?
I actually think it depends how you're approached.
Defend myself? Okay.
I mean, in this case, the students obviously were respectful. They weren't attacking Oberman at all until he attacked them first.
Right.
But, if someone insults you, I think you can probably insult them back. I think.
Yeah. And without any reprimand.
Depending on how you do it.
Not gonna like
depending on how you do it. I mean, be clever, be witty.
Let me ask both of you a quick question. There is a line. Where's the line? Because it seems it's movable. It seems to me.
It is movable. Here's the thing: you have to embrace the hate, because now Twitter, Instagram, they're the judge and the jury. So there are no longer the traditional critics are dead.
That's true.
Your audience is the person in our living room. That's your critic now. That's the person. Embrace the hate. Like, I just think that everybody wants their voice to be heard. We're all in a really fortunate position where we went for our goals, our dreams. We're sort of the voice of a lot of people, right? But there's a lot of people at home who don't have that courage. So now Twitter, Instagram give them that voice, or they have a blog.
I do think you go further, though, if you do something that's racist or misogynist, or when you're attacking a kid, rather than someone who's, again, attack up. Don't attack down.
I have to apologize because we're out of time, unfortunately. Very
I know. We're going to keep it going in the commercial break.
Mark Levine, Sarah Fraser, thank you both very much. We will be right back.
We'll be right back.